Welcome to day 5 of your grounding yoga practice. Today we're going to work on the feet once again and do a little bit of toe yoga. So what's most important is that you're comfortable. You could sit up in a chair, you could sit up a little higher on some blankets or a bolster, but just make sure that you're able to keep the spine lifting really easily. And then I want you to have access to your right foot. Look at your toes for a moment and just examine them. And then take your fingers on your right hand and you're going to start to thread your fingers through each of your toes. Now, they may not all fit. You might notice that you have a codependent toe, especially the baby toe. But the important thing is that you're just working where you're at. That trying to fit the fingers is just as important as actually fitting the fingers in between the toes. So find what you can do here and then take a moment and just pause and notice. Our feet are so important for our overall well-being. And oftentimes we put them in shoes and they become little tiny bricks instead of this mobile and versatile apparatus that they're actually designed. So take a moment here, take a breath into what you're sensing and feeling. Exhale, soften your shoulders, soften your mouth. And then the fingers that are threaded between the toes, you're going to take them and you're going to squeeze the fingers in towards the toes. So this action is what the fingers are doing. And now I want you to release that action with the hand. And I want you to do that action with your toes. So pinch your toes into your fingers. Good. And now pause, relax that action. Now you'll take your fingers and you're going to spread your toes apart with your fingers as much as you can. Take a breath. Exhale, relax something. Good, and then relax that action. The fingers are no longer spreading. And then from here, go ahead and pick your foot up and start to rotate your ankle. So I had to lean back a little bit to do that. Just make sure that you're lifting the spine as much as you can here. Circle your ankle the opposite direction. Good. And then go ahead and release the foot, extract your fingers, and just look at your foot for a moment. 1/4 of the bones in our body are in our feet. We have all of these little tiny bones that we want to still keep mobile and versatile. So take your thumbs and from the base of your ankle here, you're going to slide the skin towards your big toe, in between the big toe and second toe. And then you'll take your thumbs again and slide the skin between your second and third toe. And then we'll do that again with the third and fourth toe. Just taking your time. And then finally that last little bit in between the fourth and fifth toe. Good. And then pick up your foot and just examine the bottom of your foot for a moment. Just check it out. Like I have a callus on my right big toe. A lot of times we're like, oh, I need a pedicure. But what I want you to do is just to notice what your foot looks like. Notice where you land on your foot consistently. And then take your thumbs and start to move the tissue on the bottom of your foot, right in the arch of your foot around, and get in there. Really pressing right in the center of the foot. And then take your thumb, your right thumb, and press from your right inner heel and go up the arch of the foot, really pressing it as much as you can tolerate until you get to the big toe ball mound. And then move over just a bit and we're going to slide the tissue up to our second toe. Breathe, just noticing what's in there. And then from your heel all the way up to your third toe, your fourth toe, and you may have to change hands when you get to the fifth toe. We actually have an arch on the outside of our foot too that we don't quite recognize often. So pulling the tissue up. Good. And then just take a moment and give your foot a little rub as a form of gratitude. Thank you, foot, for all that you do. And then I'd like you to set your feet next to one another and notice the quality of energy in the feet. The foot that I've worked on is definitely, it has a little bit more vibrancy. The color is different. My left foot that I haven't worked on yet looks a little purple. It's a little closer to the floor. So my right foot it's a little bit more alive. So we've moved prana, that's energy, in the foot. So let's come into our second side. Take your left foot, and then you're going to thread your fingers in between the left foot, however you can manage. And sometimes you have to manually adjust there. And you're just going to pause and notice. And on my left side, it's definitely a different feeling. Inhale here. And exhale, just take it in without needing it to be different, just starting to notice what's there first. And then go ahead and take your fingers and pinch your fingers together. Notice the tenderness there. Relax that effort. Now pinch your toes into your fingers. Relax that effort. And now we're going to spread the fingers apart as much as you can. And it may not feel like they're moving at all, but just take it in. Feeling for all the little tiny bones in the toes and the feet starting to wake up. Good. And then relax that. We'll pick up the foot and draw a few circles with the ankle. Circle the other way. Breathing. Taking it in. Good. And then go ahead and set your foot down. Look at your left foot and just notice it. And then we'll give it a bit of a massage. Take your thumbs at the base of your ankle. Drag the tissue down until you can push in between the first and second toe. And then same thing, you're going to drag the tissue down between the second and third toe. Keep breathing. Drag down between the third and fourth toe. Fourth and fifth toe are last. Good. And now turn your foot over and just examine it. Notice where the callus is, where is it dry. Notice if you can see the arch of that inner foot. And then go ahead and start to massage the inside arch. Just give it a little love. Press your thumbs in as much as you can. We're not trying to hurt ourselves. We're not trying to damage the tissue at all. We're just trying to bring in some circulation and vitality. And then go ahead and drag your thumb from the inner heel all the way up into the big toe ball mound. And then again, move over just a bit. Drag the tissue up from the heel to the third toe. From the heel to the fourth toe. And then from the outer heel to the baby toe. And just give it a little love, a little appreciation and gratitude. You know, when something is wrong with our feet, like the whole world isn't right. Even a hangnail can kind of ruin our day. So we want to take time before there's any issues in the feet and really give them some love, because this is our receptacle of receiving energy from the earth. And then just take a moment, look at your beautiful pranified feet, thank them for everything that they do for you, and take that sensitivity and that self-care into the rest of your day. Namaste.